awaydaysbeer.com. Proud to partner with Talking Town. For only $14.99, grab your ITFC Legends Pack from The Beat to Hoppy Robson to Brazil's Best and Pablo's Pal. Whatever you need, whatever you want. ITFC Legends Pack, $14.99 at awaydaysbeer.com. Grab it today. Mass Creations are proud partners of Talking Town. High quality web and software development. From web development to SEO and everything in between, make your vision a reality with Mass Creations. Call 07896 904 571 or visit masscreations.co.uk or email info@masscreations.co.uk. Mass Creations, proud partners of Talking Town. Don't forget, tell them you came from Talking Town to get 10% off. Best Burger in Stowmarket, proud partners of Talking Town. Call 01449 680 058 to book a table today. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to Euro 2020 in 2021. Confused? Well, you might not quite confused yet. Well, maybe you will be later on as we run through who we feel will win the tournament, our dark horses, and those that we feel will come in full of pomp and ceremony and be dumped on their ass quicker than. Wait, give me a boxer. Was Logan Paul dumped on his ass over the weekend? He should have been a couple of times. I think he got held up. Lee Anderson, great to see you back, Guv. Thank you so much, Lee. It's great to be back. Still feeling a little bit here, but couldn't let the boys have too much fun. And then Harper stalled. Or what's gone on there? It's not. I thought we'd do a transfer special tonight, but apparently we're not doing one just yet. Cruncher, big shout out to Archie and his Sawston teammates. 8-1 victory tonight in their first game, 9 versus 9. Well, you know, if Southgate and the boys fall short, Archie and his lads can go in there and hopefully beat at least the Scottish. Cox is in the room. Colin's in the room. Welcoming the GOAT. Good to see the chat. Really, really, really busy. Before we go any further, we are, of course, sponsored by Best Burger. Don't you start laughing already, Jordan. Don't you put me off. But we are also sponsored by new sponsors, Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. Manscaped's just launched in the UK. We've gone years without using the right tools, guys. Come on, we've used, you know, the razor blades in the sink or whatever. You can be one of the first men in the UK to experience their life-changing products. That's why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. I'm thinking strimmer more for mine. The Manscaped engineering team has perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created, and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 in the UK. Get 20% off and free delivery with the code TT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free delivery at manscaped.com and use the code TT. Trust me, your balls will thank you. And a man that should know, and he's going to bring a couple of testimonials, is this one. Manscaped, your balls will thank you. And Ben, do your balls thank you?
In these hot summer nights, yes, they do indeed. Aerodynamic. And your partner will thank you too.
Yeah, well, she won't be reading it out. She's been doing her absolute ed. She's like, "You're not reading that out. You're not doing this. You're not doing that." Cruncher's apparently also got soft balls over there. ITFC Swedish strangest advert I've seen in a while. Oh, don't worry, I've got some things.
Now it's good. Look, how many products are there out there for men to kind of groom themselves and to use with? Yeah, women have everything and they're comfortable to use. And what do we have? We have a razor blade for our face. Well, unless you're me, of course. If I have literally nothing. And it was only 10 years ago that men didn't really want to wear moisturizer and things, and now it's really quite popular. So do you know what? Use it. It's there for you. And I don't know about you, but it's bloody hot in my house every day. So thank you, Manscaped.
I can't look at your face now, Ben, without thinking there's more hair on your face. Oh, my days. Oh, my God. Right, moving it on. How are you, Ben? It's been a while since we sat down and discussed football with each other. We've got lots to unpack tonight. We've got the Euro 2020. We've got, in 2021, we've got, obviously, Ipswich Town news. Very quickly, get your thoughts on the latest goings on at Portman Road. What are you making of it all? Apparently today, Oxford manager Carl Robinson has come out a bit upset, saying it's not fair that some teams, not saying names, but you got the feeling it was designed dig at Ipswich, are throwing money around.
Isn't it nice to be on the other side of that sort of pulpit? It's to actually be the team that people are saying, you know, they're monopolising. Do you know what? Come and live the last 15 years we have, and then tell me it's unfair. We've been surrounded by teams for a generation who have gone and done that. And yes, Callie, Ben does have a fade there too. Literally see reflection in it. Excellent. So we've had 15 years of absolute, just demonstratively bad everything, and all of a sudden the clouds have parted, and it feels like the sun is shining on us just for a little while. And do you know what? If other teams don't like it, good, because that means we're doing something right. And you can often tell how you're doing by someone else's opinion. So happy. Back staff are in. Good. Liking the players we got in. Good. Yeah, feeling good. I've got my season ticket. It's all arrived. Yeah, happy days.
Absolutely right. I tweeted out saying, after 13 years of borrowing the pot to piss in, Crimea River League One, and somebody agreed because they were almost very similar. This was this man here, the legend of Lowestoft, Jordan. Welcome in, Jordan. I see you also Jordan. Shared my thoughts regarding Carl Robinson and his tantrum.
Who fucking who? Do you know what I mean? Let me just throw you a few names. Jonathan Douglas, that I paid to watch. Luke Varney, that I paid to Manscaped. There's a lot worse than Manscaped going on with Johnny Douglas, mate. I tell you that.
You keep saying bollocks, I'll keep putting it up, son.
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. And then Carl Robinson's got the audacity to slag us off. It's jealousy. Great. If he was in the ITFC hot seat right now, he'd be having a field day, wouldn't he?
Yeah. He'll be so happy. He'd have 3 separate voices, not 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so salty, isn't it? It's unbelievable. Yeah. You knew it was coming as well. And do you know what? I love it. I fucking love it as well.
Yeah,
bring it on.
In my veins. If they weren't annual bottlers in the playoffs anyway, it wouldn't be an issue for them, would it? But every year they get to the semis, and every year they fall flat. Maybe because they didn't have Manscaped products on their side. I don't know. Right, there we go. We've done enough promotion there for Manscaped. Jordan, Raheem Harper, rumours to be on his way. £500,000 transfer fee, I've read, rising to 1.5 million. Not yet confirmed. So let's get your initial thoughts. Would you be happy with the signing? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, of course. Young lad, great player. Birmingham fans waxing lyrical about him the first half of the season. Fell off a little bit towards the end, so they're saying. But signing a young player, any sort of young player with any sort of potential talent who played in the Premier League at 17 is surely got to be worth a punt at £500,000. Christ.
Yeah. Ben, your thoughts?
Yeah. If it's not going to be him, then tell me who we should be going for. Young, good pedigree, good club, good experience, Premier League, Championship side. Yeah, he fell off a bit. I've been reading the boards, and they said, he fell off a bit. There was a bit of criticism there. But do you know what? Name me a player that doesn't do that. There are very few consistent 45-game-a-season players at any level, unless you're at the very, very, very top. So I'm excited. A fee for a player, more than
£500,000
50 grand, raising to another fee, because we're only going to pay the rest of the fee if he's any good, if he makes the appearances. So I would be really up for it, because it's young, hungry, and he'll be one of ours. And he's a bit of an unknown, and there's nothing wrong with unknown, because we've done stuff that over and over again for years. Journeyman, end of their contract, last day signings because you need to fill a space. It's something different, and different is good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just how strange is it for us to be even rumoured?
It's weird.
It's not even July.
It's so weird. I haven't gotten used to it. It's like we're talking about a different team. I still haven't quite gotten used to all these changes that are happening. It's otherworldly. I like it.
Yeah. It's not July. We're not bargain basement. We're not been dipping in the Poundland tray to see what's reduced at Poundland. We're just ticking along. 500,000 on a player that actually, to us, that's a lot of money. But in modern day football terms, they're buying that player because they think in 2 years' time they're going to get a lot more than 500k. Look,
that's the market. I mean, I don't think there are going to be loads of players jumping about the Championship for millions and millions of pounds. That's the market. In any other year, he might have been worth a lot more. So I think that's a lot of market forces have actually dictated that price. And I would speculate that he would actually have probably worth double that price in any other year than this one, looking at the pedigree. So this, right owners, right time, right amount of money, and unfortunately, in the weird kind of a way, the right crisis, because it's kind of made this market the way it is. That's
why I was so desperate to go up this year when I knew what was coming in, and I was thinking the market would be so different and we would be so different. But that's gone. Players that have also gone. Luke Chambers today has been confirmed at Colchester United, joining
Colchester.
his friend Cole Skuse. In addition to rumoured to be joining will be Freddie Sears and Emmy Hughes. On a scale of 1 to absolutely devastatingly sorry for him, where are you currently sitting? Because I'm if I was a Colchester United fan right now, I'd be so upset. You need pace and power to get out of League 2 and League 1. So you sign Cole Skuse and Luke Chambers.
Well, it's a tough one, isn't it? I don't know. I feel a bit embarrassed. I would. They're all going down there from Ipswich, aren't they, for one last paycheck? It's getting a bit cheesy now, isn't it? I mean, if they do summon Hughes, Judge, and Sears,
Judge as well, yeah, of course, yeah.
Judge. Yeah.
So your team next year could be Chambo and Tommy Smith at centre half, Cole Skuse in the centre of midfield with Freddie Sears out wide, Emmy Hughes next to Cole Skuse, Alan Judge just in front.
Tom Eastman.
Fuck me.
Tom Eastman, yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
What a pacey team that's going to be.
Dean Durkin in goal.
Frank Lucas up front. Yeah. It's
like the B team.
It is. It really is. It really is. All the best to them as players. I hope they do really well. And I don't wish them anything but the best. But as a fan of a football club, I would be. I mean, we've been there, haven't we? We've been there, right? We've seen players. Johnny Douglas being one.
Yeah, Doug, are you comparing that to our standards, though? But don't forget, Colchester United are not as bad as we were last year. We ain't Colchester United, believe me. I've seen a few games. They're not great. For them, it will make them better, believe it or not. We talk about players finding their level. That level exists for every player. And I think it will actually improve them. Were they for us? No, because we've got aspirations of getting in the Championship. They've got to survive League 2. That's a different world. And I actually think they'll be very, very good.
But arguably, Ben, their remit is the same as our remit. You need pace and power. We've always missed the pace and the power in our teams because we've always had those. Alan Judge is not a pace and power player, for example. You're not. Are you going to do any? Can you be expected to do anything with
Judge? The only reason he wasn't playing is because the contract issues. I thought, apart from a couple of stinkers, I actually thought he was one of our more consistent players over the season. I think for them, at the bottom of League 2, that's a hell of a player to sign. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's to even be in the market for him is good. Freddie Sears, okay, the pace and the power is not what it probably was 6-7 years ago, but I think at League 2 level, they will do okay. I do. I really do. I've got this feeling.
Ben says they'll do okay. Jordan, last word on that before we move on to the Euros. What do you think they'll do?
I think they'll do all right. They should hit playoffs at least. You've got a bit of experience in there, mixed up with a few young lads that they'll bring through, that sort of thing. Frank Noble, like Callie just said, at that level, can score goals. Simple as that.
Mm.
Freddie Sears will score goals at that level. May not be hatfuls, but he will score goals. Big Ben's bang on. I mean, with a centre back too, would they play shit house football? Probably, yeah. Dean Gherkin's a solid keeper, I suppose, at that level. In fact,
I would take Gherkin over what we have now. So that's a good point.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I would, 100%. They'll do all right. They'll do fine at that level.
Right, Euro 2020 in 2021 is right around the corner. Now, Matt Phillips was begging. He was going, please let me write a song for the Euros. Please, I want to sing it and record it and release it. And I said, Matt, no, that's too cringy. So we didn't let him do that. But we have got a little competition running at the moment. It is our Fearsome 4. Every week, I will put 4 fixtures up with a link. Just predict the right score. It'll be a league table based week on week. Overall, top 3 get prizes, and they're all from away day beers. So we've got like a Euro 2020 keg. We've got a fantasy pack. We've got some T-shirts, all sorts of different prizes with some spot prizes as well for bang on the money, a certain goal scorer. I will release them as we go on certain shows. So if next week Harry Kane, for example, scores, there'll be a spot prize, blah, blah. So the first 4 games up at the moment, the links in the chat, is Turkey versus Italy, Wales versus Switzerland, England versus Croatia, and Scotland versus Czech Republic. All it is free to enter. You haven't got to pay anything. You haven't got to sign up to anything. Just simply put your score predictions. Make sure your name is there so I know who you are. Otherwise, I can't give you your prize if you end up in the top 3. And it's job done. Right, we have got a little prediction here. We are going to try and plot how we feel the Euros are going to go by using this lovely tool here. You are still on the screen, guys, just so you know when to speak. You can speak freely. So let's start with Group A, basically. We'll try and settle it, but hopefully the live chat, there will be a link as well. Get yourself involved. If you want to say something about any of these teams, anything to do with the Euros, or maybe just help us settle a dead heat, that would be good. We'll use the live chat where we can. So Group A, Switzerland, Turkey, Wales, and Italy. Who do we see winning this group, Jordan? Who is winning Group A?
I don't know, mate, but let's whack the Welsh at the bottom, shall we? Just for a laugh.
Oh, really? You think the Wales are going to... Is that a serious prediction, or is that more...
I think Wales will finish bottom, mate. Switzerland aren't a bad team. Italy are naturally quite strong. Turkey always upset the apple cart. Always.
They're a decent team, Turkey. I think out of all the 4 teams there, Italy will win the group. Turkey will finish second. Switzerland will finish third. That's how I see it, Ben.
I see exactly the same. And look, second place for Turkey, I think, is well within reach. I think, and that will put them at their last 16 clash against the runners-up from Group B. So most likely Russia, Finland, or Denmark. I think Turkey would actually do quite well. Funnily enough, I agree with you. Wales at the bottom, absolutely. Turkey, no, I think I'll do all right. Actually, they're a good team. They've got a whole load of players in there that just won the French title, wouldn't they? In that squad.
Yeah. There's a big call between them and Switzerland, though. I
do like
Switzerland. Yeah. I think Turkey will come second, yeah. I trust Italy to come top.
I'll say Turkey second, Italy top. That is where my heart will go.
Are you there, Guv?
Has he been disconnected? I've got my.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
It's good.
I'm here. I was just going to say, do you think opening night, in that case, is all about who wins Group A? So whoever gets that win on opening night, Turkey, Italy, they're going to go on and win the group.
Yeah, momentum. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's a big shout.
So who do you see? Italy. Okay, we'll go with Italy. Italy and Turkey, 1 and 2. I'm not averse to that. I'll have some of that. Group B, Russia, Belgium, Denmark, and Finland. Now this group here is for me wide open because Belgium are on the slow decline. They're aging.
Yep.
This is this or the World Cup was certainly their last generation. Their last tournament for this golden generation, as they dubbed it. Denmark, I've got a soft spot for Denmark. I don't know why or where it's come from, but
solid.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. When I think of Denmark, I don't know about you two. I think of Peter Schmeichel. I think of any a Euro tournament screaming his head off. Who do we see topping this group then, Ben? Who's topping it?
I've got to agree. Denmark. I think they're an efficient team. I think they play good football. You're quite right about Belgium. Whereas I think, say, if we're having this conversation 8 years ago, younger team and they're aging. Russia certainly at the bottom. I just don't like the Russians. I just don't. I'm probably going to get Facebook hacked because I just said that, but I don't like the Russian football team. I just don't think they're going to do anything. Finland, I don't know really enough about them, if I'm honest with you, but I would probably say Denmark at the top, followed by Belgium, interchangeable with Finland, and Russia at the bottom.
Okay, so we'll do you agree with that, Jordan, in terms of Denmark topping the group, or do you think who are you topping the group in this one?
I think Belgium, although they're aging, they've still got one. I mean, Lukaku's been on fire this year.
That's true. I didn't think about Lukaku, of course.
Kevin De Bruyne, absolutely world-class midfielder, probably the best in the world.
You've
got players that, even with the aging squad, will drag them through games. I think, especially in the group stages as well, where there's not as much pressure. I can't look past Belgium personally, but a solid second for Denmark. For me, third would be Russia and Finland, just because they got Timo Pukki.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon Finland are going to get beat 18 every single game. No, Timo Pukki aside, I always want the smaller countries like the Finlands, the Macedonians,
underdogs.
I want them to do well. Like one of the greatest wins in my lifetime for me has been the Greece European Championship victory. I still remember that as clear as day. Now, as I did when it happened, I was actually thinking about today where are Greece and why didn't they qualify and things like that. And you want to see an underdog do well. And it's one of those that you pull it in the sweepstake, right, Jordan, at work or at home with a family, and you think, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got Finland in the sweepstake. And you might as well not bother. And then they go on a little run and you get to the quarterfinals and you think, oh, hang on. Rank outside. Don't talk about Iceland in this group bit. Come on. Can't be bringing that in. But, I'm a small... Yeah, so if we go Belgium, Denmark, Russia, Finland, is that what we want to do, guys?
Finland, Russia. You got to put Finland, Russia. No way anything.
It don't really matter. There we go. We'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Group C. Let's bring in our man Colin to help us with Group C. Colin, Group C. We've got Austria, Macedonia, Ukraine, and the Dutch. Who do you see topping this group, Colin?
Well, definitely Holland for number one for me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy to call that, isn't it, Ben? Holland.
Yeah, of course. In that group, absolutely.
I mean, you do occasionally get, Jordan, a team like a Spain who crash out. And they turn up, or in this case, they don't turn up. But in this group here with Macedonia and Austria, you'd have to really struggle not to qualify, right?
You've got to be bad, and to lose to Macedonia and Austria in the same tournament, you've got to be real bad. And
because Austria was shite the other week. What a game that would be, by the way. What a poster for the reasons why we shouldn't be increasing teams. Austria versus Macedonia. Like I love tournament football, Colin. I live for it. I love a tournament. I love things like this. But that's a hard watch, isn't it? Austria versus Macedonia.
I'd say so. What's the other team in that group, Martin?
Ukraine. Andrei Shevchenko's in charge, isn't he?
Yeah. So
as a kid, I always called him Shevchenko.
Shevchenko.
I still sometimes slip into it. I need to do it at the start there. But go on, Colin. So Holland winning the group. Who's finishing second out of those three teams there?
I'd go Ukraine.
Anyone disagreeing with Colin there?
No, I don't disagree with that. Danny
Bloomfield does. He says Macedonia, don't sleep on them. Held Italy, destroyed Germany. Very true. Very true. Any team in this, really, the most important games in this group, Ben, is going to be the three involving those three, isn't it? Austria versus Macedonia, Macedonia versus Ukraine, Ukraine versus Austria. It's going to be those games, isn't it? Because that's the ones that are going to settle If you can
It
grab
will.
a win.
It's so hard to call because the kind of the wanting the underdog in me wants Macedonia to do something. But it's a real, of all the groups for me, that is the toughest one to call. Probably apart from the Netherlands, those three, anything could happen. You can randomise those next three spots, and you might be bang on the money. You probably need someone with a bit more in-depth knowledge of the squads than I to predict anything of an accurate 2, 3, and 4. But that's a really, I don't see it as boring. I don't see it as like I don't want to watch it. Yeah, I always still want to watch that. The Tuesday night in the rain FA Cup. Third round against Crawley. I'm always interested because sometimes teams emerge. You see something, you go, wow. You see a player, you think, who the hell is this guy? It's usually those really kind of, get those games out of the way that you see something special. So I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to go Macedonia. Second place. Yeah. I'm just gonna chuck them in. I'm just
gonna You might surprise you. Dark
we
horses.
always get a surprise. Always get a surprise team. Ukraine or Austria in third place? Then, Colin.
Difficult. I think I'll still go. I think I'll go Ukraine and Austria last. I don't think it's a. I think they're very much of a muchness, really, Martin. If I'm honest.
Yeah, I agree with that. Danny Bloomfield, El Mas at Macedonia is unreal. I tell you what, has anyone here got an athletic subscription?
No.
I thoroughly recommend that you get one. I recently got one for £1. Some of the stuff you read on there is brilliant. They've been doing a Euro group by group every day, and Macedonia was like 2 days ago, and I learned a lot about Macedonia. For the first thing is, if you want to learn a swear word in Macedonia, just call them North Macedonia. They fucking hate that. Honestly, they hate the prefix North Macedonia. They're not North, they are Macedonia. And I'd resisted getting an athletic subscription for a long time, and then I got one for £1. It's very, very good. Right, Group D: Scotland, England, Croatia, and Czech Republic. I'm going to save you a job here, chaps. I'm going to go right ahead and slot them in first place, all right? Because we're going to be patriotic, going to be British and proud, or English and proud in this time. England in first place. Who's finishing second, Ben? Scotland, the Croatians, or Czech Republic?
I think the Czechs will. I think the Czechs will. I think it's when the Czechs and Croatia play. I think the Czechs will do it. Scotland will be bottom. They might as well not even exist. They just fill it. But I think the Czechs will be second. It's a bit of an out there one, but yeah, I do.
Jordan?
Scotland bottom straight away. I'd say Croatia just naturally, because although they aren't the Croatia that they used to be, nothing like it. They've still got your Luka Modric show on the ball, but he's 32, 33 now, something silly like that. I'd naturally say Croatia, but then I don't know enough about Czech Republic other than Thomas Holy comes from there and he's really bad. Other than that, I don't know a lot about them.
They're all really tall.
Tell you what, feel free to tell me England aren't going to.
I'll tell you, it's interesting because if we win that, so we will then face Portugal, Germany, or France in the last 16. So that's because as soon as we play a decent team, we're going to be out. A bit like what Town done last season. So we're not getting past the last 16.
Second favourites, Ben.
Hey?
Second favourites at the bookies.
Yeah, we're second favourites every year. It doesn't mean anything. And they're English bookies. I don't buy it. No,
Germany I'm not scared of Germany one bit. They're a country in a rebuild. Joachim Low is lost the plot.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it. In fact, give me the Germans.
But what would you rather have? So if England finish second, they face whoever finishes second in Group E. So Spain, Sweden, or Poland, most likely. That's a much more segue into the last stage. So that's a much better. I think we'll win the group, and I think we'll have a harder last 16. I want to finish second because at least you can get to see maybe another match on top. And I'd rather be playing, Poland than.
It's always the way, though, isn't it?
Germany or France.
You always end up looking at your little your table topper at home when you get it out your Kellogg's cornflakes box. You put it on the wall and you go, hang on, if we finish second, that's an easier route. Why do we want to win the group? What would you want to do in an ideal world, Jordan? Win the group, which means you've had some success in the group stage, and possibly face Portugal or France, or would you rather beat Scotland, lose to Croatia, draw against Czech Republic, finish second, limp through, but face what could be on paper Poland, Sweden, or well, anyone from Group E?
But I think naturally, I think everyone wants the easy way, don't they? I want to see some big games. I want to see big game atmosphere. I want to see the best players. I want to see the biggest games for England. Who steps up to the plate? Let's see them. Let's see what they've got. Because we didn't really... I know in the World Cup we got to the semi-final, but we didn't have that big game, did we? You know, where if I think if we get through the last 16, because I think we'll win the group, and I think we'll play one of the big fish, you know. And I think if we can get through that, the confidence will just breeze through. You know, I'm not saying we'll win it because I think France will, but I'm just saying that'll be the big. I'd rather finish top, play one of the big fish, and let's get it on. You know what I mean? These players,
even if that means you have one less game to watch, even if it means you have one less game potentially.
Yeah, give me a right old ding dong against Germany or Portugal. Let's see Ronaldo start crying at the end. Do you know what I mean? Let's be the ones for once who are walking out of Rome. I think it'll be in Rome if I'm right.
It'd be interesting because Germany, which is my team, I think they'll concede the most goals for the competition, based on the competition they have. And if we can play Germany, then I agree there is a segue to beating Germany. Although my brain says we need to play Germany as an England team. And if we beat them, I think that's quite symbolic as well as quite practical. So that could be really interesting.
A karate Ann, you have to win the group. If you're going to win, you should want to play the big boys to prove your worth. Can't have any fear. I agree with that. You need a statement win. Mike D, isn't this Tim Pot new Euros? You can finish third and still get through. You can. Yeah. Way too many sides. Julian took England like Ipswich. We think we would do well, and then reality hits home. Lowe's last tournament. Yes, it is Lowe's last tournament. They haven't come into it on great form. So, Colin, second place behind the wonderful and brilliant England. Who is it going to be? Scotland, Croatia, or Czech Republic, my man?
I think I'm going to go Czech Republic. I think very close between them and Croatia. I think, but no, yeah, I'll go Czech Republic, Croatia, Scotland. Yeah.
Is that how we see it? I don't think that's going to be the case. I actually think Scotland will go through in third place, one of the third place playoffs. Czech Republic aren't anything special.
I can't entertain the thought of Scotland in the last 16, mate.
Well, this is it. This is the modern day European Championship, my friend.
I can't bear the look of kilts anymore. You know.
No, I think it adds to the flavour. You know, all the home. I wish all of them were there because it really adds to the flavour for me. But I'll agree with that. So Group E then, Jordan, while you wait for Ben to return. Poland, Espanyol, Sweden, and Slovakia. Who is going to top the group in that one? Is that a tough one to predict? I don't think it is, really. Although Spain have got some COVID issues. Sergio Busquets has tested positive. Or he's been in close contact, one or the other.
Do you know, we said earlier, you said to me about dark horses? I put down Poland as my dark horse. I like Poland. I think they're a bit like Denmark. They're solid. They've got an absolute world-class striker as well who could carry them. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put Poland to top group. Something to do. I know many won't agree, but
I'm just. Is you're talking about Robert Lewandowski, aren't you? Is he going to the Euros? I wasn't too sure if he was.
Don't do this to me. Don't kill my dreams before they've even started.
No, I know. I'm sorry. Ben, who do you see top in the group? He's got to be. You're right. I might have read that wrong.
Sorry, I'm about 5 seconds behind everyone. My internet just cut out and I've just been let back in. Where are we now? Group E?
No, he is there. Yeah, Group E. Oh, yeah, we can. Poland, Spain, Sweden, and Slovakia. Who's winning the group for you?
Spain.
Yeah, easy. Although Jordan did say Poland. He's got them as dark horses.
That's a great dark horse. That's a great dark horse to have. Love that. What are the odds? Do we know what the odds are on Poland to do anything this tournament?
Yep, I can have a look. Colin, who's finishing in third place in that group? You've got Sweden and Slovakia. Who do you see? Finishing in third place?
Well, they always tend to be kind of there. Well, not thereabouts, but always tend to be a hard old team to be. I'd probably go Sweden. If I'm honest.
Yeah, I think you'd probably be more or less accurate with that. To be fair, Colin, Sweden are. I think you're right when you say they're always there or thereabouts. They're always like a last 16, always like a last 16 sort of team for me. They haven't got obviously Zlatan. He was coming out of retirement and then he got injured, I believe. Poland, I have. Let me just have a look here. What have I got them as?
5-1 to win the group.
5-1.
Yeah, to win the group. 66 to 1 to win it.
I'd have some of that, you know. If I was doing an accumulator, if I was doing an accumulator of group winners, I'd have some of that, you know. That's not a bad little shout. Group F, the group of death. Portugal, France, Germany, Hungary. Ben, where are your Germans going to finish in this group?
Oh God! The trouble is we can see goals. You know, not just about when Spain spanked us, but when Switzerland and Turkey have both put 3 past us in the last year. Jesus, I've got to say second. I think second. I just can't see us having another defensive absolute nightmare like the last few years. Second place. We're not going to win it. We can't beat France to win that group. Not a chance. I'd say
the thing is, though, third place could get you through. Is it in the German script, Jordan, that they limp into third, get themselves through by the skin of their teeth?
It'll be Timo Werner who score as well.
Yeah. And then suddenly, come knockouts, the German efficiency suddenly ramps itself up, and they go on a run, and we're sitting here at semi-final stages saying how
they're a team that is like 10th in League One at like January, and then all of a sudden they just go on this sort of run to the end of the league, you know, and finish up third or second. There's always that team that sort of does it. Germany might be that team if they can just sort their defence out.
Germany normally deliver on the big stage, don't they?
Yeah.
Out of all these teams here, and obviously they've all got to be respected because they've all made it. The one you do not want limping through to a knockout is Germany, because the moment the knockouts come,
they're
a different level, aren't they, Colin, in knockout football?
Oh, they have been for absolutely donkey's years. I mean, ever since I can remember. Obviously, I remember the '66 World Cup, and you know, they were in the final of that. They always seem to be in a final or at least a semi-final. They're always basically more or less Euros or World Cups, always in the last 4. Very, very, very good tournament side. Always have been, always will be. Whether they're strong enough this time in that particular group, I'm not 100% sure. But with their mentality and with their physicality, I wouldn't rule it out. I would not rule them out finishing second. I can't see them finishing above France, if I'm honest, but I certainly wouldn't rule them out finishing second. Definitely not.
The consensus seems to be France topping the group. So in that case, are we going Portugal and Germany interchangeable second and third, with Hungary finishing fourth? Is that what the general...
You've got to feel sorry for the Hungarians. I mean, who would want to be any other team in that group? I mean... They're going to be the San Marinos of that group, and they're just turning up for the few weeks away.
The holiday.
Scotland. By the way, sorry. Good evening, Ben. Good evening, Jordan.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Carl.
So in this Euros, we do have an added element of fun. Predict. So basically, so 4 third-place teams go through. So at the moment, we've got Switzerland, Finland, Ukraine, Croatia, Sweden, and Germany as the third-place teams. Tell me who you feel the 4 best of those will be. So we've got to select 4 of these. We'll pick one each. Let's pick one each, and then we'll bring in Harvey for some knockout football. Ben, kick me off. Who is your... I mean, you've got to go Germany, right? Because
we've brought back Müller and Hummels. I mean, I didn't think I'll see them again, and I love them. I've got to say Germany because that's my team. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Colin, so you got a team there to pick. Who do you feel would be the best third-place team there?
Go through them again, Martin, again. I can't...
That's all right. Switzerland. That's all right. 2 seconds. I'm just choking on a bit of pneumonia.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
That's funny, your fault. Right. Switzerland, who are in Group A with Italy, Turkey, and Wales. Finland, who are in Group B with Belgium, Denmark, and Russia. Ukraine, who are in Group C with Holland, North Macedonia, I do apologise, Austria. Croatia, who are obviously with us, Republic of Scotland. Sweden, who are with Spain, Poland, and Slovakia. Who have you got?
I'd go out of those. I'd go for Sweden.
Yeah, I like that. I think Sweden's group, Spain, Poland, Slovakia gives them a good opportunity. Jordan, choose your fighter.
I'm gonna go the Swiss.
Shaqiri.
That was confident, man. That was confident.
I'd agree with that, Jordan.
Have you gone with the Swiss because of Shaqira?
No, mate. Funny enough, no, I can't say that crossed my mind.
No, fair enough. I'm gonna go for Finland. I'm gonna nip them in there. I'm just gonna keep the Finnish dream alive. Timu Pukki, back post, sticks them in. Right.
Okay,
Into the knockouts we go. Let's bring in our man Harvey Bell. Harvey, welcome in, my man. How you doing?
Hello, I'm all right. How are you?
Very well, thank you, buddy.
Well,
Very
Harvey,
well.
man.
We are in to the round of 16. Belgium versus Sweden. Who would your money be on? Belgium versus Sweden.
It's got to be Belgium. Don't really see any chance of Sweden there. You know, Belgium's attacking. They've got Lukaku, Hazard if he's going to play. I don't know if he's injured or not, but he's in the squad. You've got De Bruyne in there. There's just not really any chances there for Sweden.
No. Well, never say never. Obviously, you know, try and take it to your extra time and penalties, Jordan. But because it's an aging squad, is Belgium.
I know, but Lukaku up against Pontus Janssen, he's going to get his pants pulled down, isn't he? Jesus Christ.
He's going to get chambered.
He's the most informed striker on this planet at the moment, other than probably Harry Kane, maybe. Lukaku's been a beast. Pontus Janssen, he'll have sleepless nights coming into that one.
He certainly will. Okay, Ben. Italy versus Macedonia. Could a Macedonia...
It's not really a question, is it really? I want North Macedonia to make a great account of themselves. Love to see them in the tournament, but let's talk in the land of the real here. Italy are going to absolutely spank them to death, and then they're going to run over the corpse, I'm afraid.
You see, I want to be sat here, Ben, on I don't know what day that would be. Let's say Monday night. I'm going to be sat on a Monday night at 10:45. Me, you, match day ticket, watching the North Macedonians take Italy to a penalty shootout, and we're literally trading blow over blow here. We're saying, do you remember a couple of weeks ago when we said they had no chance and it would be a what? Here we are. That's what I want. That's the sort of excitement I've come for.
Oh, sounds good. Goosebumps, man. Goosebumps.
Appreciate it. Colin, France versus Switzerland. Little derby game going on there.
France all day long. France all day long, man.
Okay. Yeah, I can't argue with that. The Czech Republic versus Poland. I'm going to go for Jordan's dark horses, Poland here. I think Czech Republic have somehow made themselves into the last 16. They'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. Let's move that one on. Spain versus Finland. Harvey, can Timu Pukki upset? Is it Laporte? Spain?
Well, I'd like to think not. Any other striker in the world, then yeah, but because it's Pukki, I hope not. So we'll go with Spain. Although it's weird, really, because they ain't taken Ramos, have they? I don't get that. I don't know if he's injured, but still, I mean, we've spoken about it a lot about England, about taking Maguire and Henderson for leadership. I mean, there's no one in that Spain team that has the same leadership that Ramos does. So to not take him is a bit, I don't know, bold I suppose. But
he's not injured. He's not injured. Another fantastic article, courtesy of my friends at The Athletic. Enrique is a very power manager, and it has to be his way, and it has to be certain things and certain procedures. And he just felt, according to this article, I believe, that maybe certain leaders in the group had gotten too powerful or too influential, and he needed to change the culture.
I love that, though. That's how it should be. He'll live and die by that decision. So he's under a lot of pressure to do very, very well, because you know where it's going to get blamed if he doesn't.
Honestly, this article about Enrique was fantastic reading. I would urge anyone to go and just pay £1 to read that alone, because it was such in-depth, dynamic storytelling about where Spain have come from in their journey to get here, and why Ramos isn't a part of it. No Real Madrid players are part of this squad for the first time, I think, in history. I think it was.
Wow,
which has been a huge embarrassment to Real Madrid. Yeah, well, obviously, and then you got the Enrique Barcelona connections. Has he done it deliberately? So much at play with Spain at the moment. It's honestly as you can tell, I really did enjoy that read at 11:30 last night. But so who are we going with as Harvey again? Is it going to be Spain? I imagine here.
Yeah, I think even without Ramos, they're just going to be too good for Finland, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ben, England. Actually, no. I'll give you Holland, Germany.
Yeah.
Colin, England versus Portugal, last 16. Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo vibes coming through the screen right now. Will England?
We get our revenge, Martin. England to win 2-0.
Like that decisiveness, just straight in there, just bang. Right, Ben, Holland.
Martin, can I just say? What we got to remember. What we got to remember is, and this ain't the patriotism rule of my head. We've got to remember we've got 3 or 4 arguably of the best young midfield stroke forward kind of players in Europe right now, and we've got to remember that we've got some very good players in that squad this time. Very good players.
Jordan.
We mustn't keep putting ourselves down, man.
Go on, Jordan. What do you make of Colin's points there?
I think we'll turn over Portugal, mate. I think we'd turn over Portugal quite comfortably.
Where are you on? If I took the water temperature of where you are with England right now, what are your thoughts as we head into it on the Sunday and the tournament ahead? Are you confident? Are you positive?
I'm not. I wouldn't say positive because of the injury crisis that we seem to have. That's the only thing that's put me out, and it's a bit different this time. It seemed like before there was more build up, there was more like gap between games. It's just how COVID's like done it really, and I think we can go far. I wouldn't say I'm positive because I think as an Ipswich Town fan, when it comes to football, you're never positive. I just, I do agree with Colin though. If you can get Phil Foden firing, if you can get Harry Kane firing, bloody hell, you try to stop him. But I just hope Southgate just let him play. I hope we just let him play, and I hope it's not all tactics boards, and I hope it's not all dynamic formations.
And that is why they'll fail.
Yeah, just let us go out there and fucking go at people. Just let it, you know what I mean?
And
you
I think
tell me a team defend against that for 90 minutes.
I think we've got to stop being so scared of the opposition as well, because I find Southgate always, regardless of who we're playing, he always goes quite defensive. And I think if we're going to win the tournament, you have to win it off our own account. We can't be going and playing these sort of bigger nations and these better nations going in fear in the game. We've got to take the games to those teams.
Yeah, let them worry about us instead of us worrying about them.
Yeah. But can he play, or can he find a way to get Grealish and Foden in the same team for you, Jordan? Is there a way you can do that, or can you not carry both at the same time?
I don't think he'll go with both at the same time. I think he'll go with tried and tested. I really do. He's too safe. He's too safe with Mandan. He's way too safe.
Yeah, and I think that's what Ben's saying. I think that's going to hold us back. Right, Ben.
Overmanaged. Yeah.
Holland, Germany. Are your boys going to get through? Or?
Ich denke, für mich Deutschland ist gewinnen. Ich denke, Germany. Got to go Germany. That's my heart, though. My head is actually a lot more 50-50 than that. We just got to stop. It's all down to our defence. It's all down to how many goals we concede. That's it. That's our whole tournament. We keep that down, we'll be in the finals. But I've got to go Germany.
Okay. Turkey, Denmark. I'll select this one. Interesting tie. I think that could be a really good game, actually.
Great game.
I'm going to go with Denmark just because I fancy them as my sort of dark horses, if you like. So we've got Belgium versus Italy, Harvey. Quarter-final stage. Who's going to be? Is it the Belgians again for you, or are the Italians going to come through?
No, I'm going for Italy with that one. I think they're dark horses for the tournament under Mancini, aren't they? And they've got a young squad. I think a lot of them are going to be looking to announce themselves on the world stage. So You know, I think they're just going to want it more than Belgium. And as good as Belgium are in tournaments, they've never won anything, have they? So I think Italy have, and I think, you know, I fancy them to beat Belgium.
Okay, Jordan, France versus Poland. What a tie!
You can't
Your dark horses versus your predicted winners.
I hope it's one of them that goes to extra time, and France nick one in extra time. I just can't look past France. Honestly, I really can't.
Do you really rate them that highly this year?
Yeah, I think purely because I saw their starting 11. I watched them against, I think it was Bulgaria the other night. I saw their starting 11. I thought, whoa, you know, I thought that was good. But then they shoot me the subs, and it was just fucking ridiculous, mate. And the players they've left out. The players they've left out are just unbelievable. Fucking hell, man. I can't look past France, mate. I think they've got the pedigree, they've got the mentality, they've got the winners. You know what I mean? They've got everything they need. They've got leaders.
The planets have aligned. The planets have aligned for them.
Yeah, completely.
Okay, Colin, Spain versus England.
I know how this is going to end up.
Well, I remember a game not that long ago when we went over to Spain and we absolutely tonked them. That was one of the best England performances. I think it was in Madrid, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
And I tell you what, England were unreal that night. They play anything like that, Spain, see ya, bye. England all day.
Okay. Germany, Denmark, Ben. Got to be Germany again. I think Denmark aren't good enough to beat Germany if they've got to through to this far in the tournament.
And that's not disrespecting Denmark at all. So a good team, but I just think Germany will absolutely do that because look at the tie that ends up with.
I know. The thing is, though, if this actually ends up being the semi-finals, Italy, France, England, Germany, I don't think anyone's going to complain, right? 4 of the best teams deserving to be there. Germany, historically a best team, not currently a great side, but, you know, but there we go. So let's split this into 2. We'll go Jordan and Colin for the top, Ben and Harvey for this bottom. Italy, France, Colin and Jordan. Can you give me a winner?
What do you reckon, Cole?
I'm going with you, Jordan. France, mate.
Yeah, I think I'll go France. I think Italy will hold out. I think it'll be a tough game. It's not going to be one of them. It's not going to be a walkover. Italy are that sort of team, aren't they? They'll chuck balls in the box, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think France will make the final, Jordan.
Yeah, I agree, mate.
Yeah, it's a humdinger of a tie. That Italy are really good defensively. France have got a lot of quality. Wow, that just the prospect of that being a tie is quite exciting. Ben, Harvey, England versus Germany.
I think
Tim famously said, "Talk to me."
I wish we'd had that one, Jordan.
That
yeah.
Go on, Harv.
No, I think it makes sense for England to win this. You know, after Euro '96, losing out in the semi-finals to Germany, it's all set up, isn't it, at Wembley for the big rematch. You know, for England. I know that's me speaking with my heart there, but
so young.
Okay, there you go. That's Harvey's passionate plea for the case. Ben,
I love it. It's just that the enthusiasm is something I haven't felt in football in ages. I love it. It's for me, it's Germany because we don't beat the Germans. We done it once a very long time ago when Michael Owen was just at primary school and was still harped on about every time a England, advert comes on. England ain't beating the Germans. There's no chance. They haven't got the pedigree. Haven't got the power. They haven't got the simplicity. They haven't got. And Gareth Southgate will overmanage the England formations and the tactics, whereas the Germans will just go out there and win and do it quickly.
Okay.
This for me, it's Germany, but this is we kind of diametrically opposed on this. So one of you guys is going to have to call it.
Well, I'm going to let the chat decide. Next 30 seconds, whoever gets the most amount of votes will win it. Jordan, Colin, you've heard both cases. Who would you say? Having heard Ben, having heard Harvey, I'll ask Jordan because I think Colin's a diehard like me, patriotic. England would win everything and anything. Jordan, you've heard both sides. What do you think?
Of course, a big one. Isn't it? I think.
Put it this way: if you're right, you get your mortgage paid off. So it's not with your heart; it's with your head. If you guess the right team, your mortgage gets paid off. Now answer the question.
Oh Christ, man!
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hard one. I think Ben touched on it earlier. It's how Germany's defence do, really.
Yep.
Could we breach it? Your heart says England, but truly, major tournament, semi-final, Lowe's last tournament. I'm going to chuck out there Germany.
Man.
Colin earlier saying believe. Julian says England, you've got to believe. I'm afraid, Ben. I'm afraid that the biased chat has clinched it. England have won the semi-finals.
England in the finals, Euro 2021. Oh my good lord, this will be fascinating.
Matt Stannard had 444 votes for England himself. Well done, Matt. And the final, the round up today.
I think Matt wants England to win.
France versus England, 1 vote each. Harvey goes first. Who are you voting for there, Harv?
Well, my patriotism ends there. I'm going France.
Okay. Ben?
Heart wants England, head says France. That's not even a football match. That's just a 90-minute formality to the winners. France will win it, but I want England to win it.
Colin, are you going to make it 2-1?
In my opinion, that'll be a battle between obviously the defence and the attackers. Our defence is not brilliant. I don't think France.
France. Wrong team.
I don't think France is his eyes, to be perfectly honest.
Harry Kane,
I think more or less be a shootout between the forwards. They've got brilliant forwards. We've got brilliant forwards. I'd go, if I had to call that in an England-France final, I'd say
your mortgage gets paid off, Colin. Your mortgage is paid off.
I'm going to be honest here. I'd say, thinking about the forwards on either side, I'd go 2-2. England to win on penalties, and I'll tell you why. England are very good at penalties now. If we remember back, this last couple of tournaments, we've been absolutely slotting them. Apart from Henderson the other night, but I'll tell you, we've took some great. England to win on penalties.
Okay, John.
Big shout.
Your boys, France, your favourites, or England?
All day long, mate. France all day long. Pogba will play like Pogba. Hugo Lloris will turn into some sort. You know what I mean? France are just, they know how to win tournaments. They know how to win big football matches. When they've got Kylian Mbappe, who will turn Maguire inside out. You know, you can't see past France. I know, like, if France go out this tournament, I'll be fucking amazed.
Yeah, did I?
Yeah. All right, there you go. So we've got France winning Euro 2020. As we close, final question. As we close, 30 seconds each. Who are your dark horses for this tournament? Jordan, we've already heard yours, so you're fine. Colin, who are your dark horses? Who is your team to watch? Or those at home should be looking out for?
Dark horses, I'd go possibly for Denmark.
Okay. And don't forget, Colin, Manscaped, your balls will thank you. Harvey?
North Macedonia.
Oh,
because, I think back to the World Cup in 2014 where Costa Rica were written off straight away. And I feel like North Macedonia are the Euro equivalent to that this year. And in their group, I think they've got Ukraine, Austria, and Netherlands, is it? Yep. And other than Netherlands, I don't think that's the hardest of groups. So I can see North Macedonia surprising a few people there and getting out of the group. I don't know how far they'll go in the actual knockout stages, but I think they'll surprise a few people. You know, I've got a couple of good players. Alioski from Leeds stands out, but I just think that they're going to surprise a few people.
Okay, and don't forget, you can get all your Euro 2020 beer needs at awaydaybeers.com. Links in the chat. They are doing their Euro 2020 kegs. I know I've got mine. Absolutely beautiful it is. Honestly, it's not just because I've got to promote it, but very, very nice beer, and I'm certainly a beer man. The Alan Shearer actually is out of stock, would you believe? That's fantastic news. Link in the chat. Ben, dark horses, please, sir.
Turkey. They keep getting pretty decent results. I think they've got a pretty decent squad. No one's really taking any notice of them, but they, for me, just might do. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I'm saying I think they are going to do pretty well, unassumingly, quietly, just behind the scenes a bit. They'll do all right.
Yeah, Turkey. Yeah, I like that. Denmark, Macedonia. They've all been mentioned. Love them all. Very quickly, here we go. Butcher's Bandage, 5 litre keg, 8.5 pints.
Cool, look at that.
I know. Alan Shearer is out of stock, so I would have thought I would have shown you that one being the Euros. But there it is. $24.99, 58 in stock. So be quick. Head to here, awaydaysbeer.com, and get it for all your Euro 2020 needs. Sit in the garden, bar.
Imagine that England versus France. You got shaved balls. You got the away days beer. It's
That's living the dream here, Ben. You got your shaved balls, courtesy of Manscaped. You got your beer, courtesy of Away beers. You got your best burger, courtesy of Best Burger.
Amazing.
Talking Town, do it all. Right, we're done. We're dusted. I'm looking forward to a great tournament. It's going to be fantastic. We're back on Saturday for the Wales game. Match day ticket. Myself, Nappers, and Nunny will be joining me for that one. So hopefully you can join us too. But until then, and then we're back on Sunday. England, it's time. Looking forward to this tournament. I really am. Harvey, Colin, Jordan, and Ben, thank you all so much. We will see you all.
Thank you.
See you all Saturday with love and affection.
Deutschland.
Here we have awaydaysbeer.com. Proud to partner with Talking Town. For only $14.99, grab your ITFC Legends Pack from the B